awesome, amazing day, everyone. This is no other than your board certified FCRA specialist, Coach Nikisha here. I am going to be breaking down how to use the FCRA, which is the Fair Credit Reporting Act, as a tool when you are going through the process of repairing your credit. So, in this video, I am going to go over compliance, policy, and procedures. I'm going to also give you information on how to write your dispute letters, as well as how you shall be filling out your claim. All right. So, the very first thing that we are going to do, we are going to go to the Fair Credit Reporting Act in Section 607, which is 15 United States Code 1681E-B. It's going to be about the accuracy of report, right? So when you take a look at 15 United States Code 1681E-B, it talks about the accuracy of report. There's going to be some keywords that I want you guys to remember as you go through your process. It's going to be reasonable procedures as well as accuracy. So let's take a look at the information. It states accuracy of report. Whenever a consumer reporting agency prepares a consumer report, it shall follow reasonable procedures to assure maximum possible accuracy of the information concerning the individual about whom the report relates. So the very first thing you want to do is go and pull a copy of your most recent and up-to-date credit report. You can get a copy of your credit report from annualcreditreport.com. I highly recommend you to go there. Do not use any other apps such as Credit Karma, Identity IQ, Score IQ, or whatever. Go directly to annualcreditreport.com. By chance, if you're not able to get your report from annualcreditreport.com, then from there, go to the three major credit reporting agencies, such as Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. Follow the information and the instructions to the T, and I promise you, you'll have great success. All right, so we already said that we are looking at 15 United States Code 1681EB. You may be wondering why this is important. So once you receive your updated copy of your credit report, I want you to take your report and start to analyze it for any item of information that may be reported inaccurate. It could be a name, it can be an address, it could be a phone number, it could be an account number, it could be an account balance, it can be an account status. Whatever information you find on your report that might be inaccurate or incomplete, I want you guys to take a look at that information. And from there, I want you to also begin to write down the information or highlight that information on the report. All right. So that's the very first thing I want you to understand and also want you to do. The very next thing I want you to do is this right here. I want you to go and take a look at Section 611 of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. That's going to be 15 United States Code 1681I. This right here is going to be your bread, butter, your meat, everything that you're going to need as you go through your dispute process. If you are disputing with the Consumer Reporting Agency, this is exactly where you need to be. So the very first one I showed you was the compliance and procedures, right? So now we are looking at compliance and procedures. So now we're looking at the policy and also the procedures. This right here is the procedure that shall be taken whenever a consumer send in a notice to dispute inaccurate or incomplete information. Let's take a look. All right. It says reinvestigation of disputed information. If the completeness or accuracy of any item of information contained in a consumer's file at a consumer reporting agency is disputed by the consumer and the consumer notifies the agency directly or indirectly, the agency shall free of charge conduct a reasonable investigation and also record the current status. So another key term in here I want you guys to recognize and understand is going to be completeness, right? And also accuracy. Completeness and accuracy. Because the item of information, according to what we just read over here, let's go back to it really, really quickly. Based on this information here on the 15 United States Code 1681EB, it says that reasonable procedures shall be taken in order to assure that maximum possible accuracy of the information concerning the individual about whom the report relates. Who do the report relates to? You, the consumer. You, the one that's on the other end that's holding that report. It's about you, and that's why you're able to dispute the information. So right here, 15 United States Code 1681I. This is your reason for disputing. This is your reason for disputing the item of information. All right. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and go to the next because I don't want this video to be too long. All right. So, right here again, if the completeness or accuracy of any item of information contained in a consumer's file at a consumer reporting agency is disputed by the consumer and the consumer notifies the agency directly or indirectly, the agency shall free of charge conduct a reasonable reinvestigation and also record the current status. All right. So stay tuned for part 2 of what's to come next. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and recap so we can end this video. So the very first thing you are going to do is, number one, you are going to pull a copy of your most recent updated consumer report from annualcreditreport.com. By chance, if you're not able to get that report from annualcreditreport.com, from there, I want you to go to Experian, TransUnion, or Equifax. Pull those reports, download those reports. The next step I want you to do is write your letter after you have already reviewed the information. Okay. So let me quickly show you all a letter. So this is the letter that you want to send in after you have reviewed the item of information and you have identified the errors that's on the report. You want to send out this particular letter, this very first letter. If you want a copy of this letter, you can just type in the bottom inside the comment section, give me that, and I'll go ahead and have this information sent over to you. But this is how your letter should look. You should always start out with the introduction, letting them know why you're writing your letter. Then you want to also cite the item of information that you are disputing, along with the account number. The account name, the account number, the date of the entry. And then you want to also give them the reason why you're disputing, whether it's inaccurate because the dates might be wrong, the amount may be wrong, whatever your situation is, that's what you want to do, right? So you're going to send out letter 1. Now letter 2, you can use letter 2 to send out to the consumer reporting agency or the furnisher, right? That's going to be in the next video. The furnisher, you can use letter 2, but as your response, you're going to do for the sake of this particular video and this particular process and strategy, you're going to use letter number 1 to send your dispute, and then you're going to use letter number 3, right, as your response to them whenever they respond to you. So according to however they respond to you, that's how you're going to respond to them. You can use this particular letter here, but at the same time, I want you to make sure that you tweak it for your liking. All right. So with that being said, I hope this information helped you. And if you need any additional assistance, feel free to reach out to me. You can go directly to my website, which is www.nikishagordonenterprises.com, or you can text or call me directly at area code 832-356-1593. Let's go.